We are constantly talking about the possible attacks against the United States. But what many people don't tell you is that these attacks can come from abroad via cyber attacks, and they can come right here on US soil by people entering into our country. Now, here's the thing. Both of these are extremely possible, and these are the new reality of the situation that we've created for ourselves over the past handful of years. So, I'm going to address what is going on in just a moment. All I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So for months now, we have been warned of a potential attack against the United States. And this is coming from other groups. This is a national security alert that we've seen multiple times, where groups from Iran are potentially threatening the United States, China threatening the United States, Russia threatening the United States. Well, the big one is China. I want to show you this because the FBI director just recently, he warned that Chinese hackers aim to wreak havoc on the U.S. critical infrastructure. This is something that we knew was going to happen. It's just a matter of time before we saw Pentagon officials, the FBI, Homeland Security, even the White House come out and say, we need to be prepared. Because here is where they could potentially attack. According to reports, we could see attacks on electrical grids, cranes at U.S. ports. We could see transportation stations be hit. We could see water treatment facilities get shut down, which means you would be drinking polluted water. We could also see internet providers shut down as well, meaning you wouldn't be able to come on here and watch any of my YouTube videos or really anybody else's. And so again, a lot of problems. But here's one that I thought was very interesting. Duke Energy, they're out of the Northeast. Duke Energy is actually going to stop using Chinese equipment because they are concerned that China could just shut them down at a moment's notice. That's exactly the questions that we had when we were learning that cranes at U.S. ports, some major ports, for instance in Orange County, they are using Chinese equipment that China could potentially shut down remotely. How crazy is that? And this is why many companies are moving away from Chinese parts, Chinese systems, and going to U.S. made products so that we are not at pretty much just a sitting duck waiting for China to decide to just shut us down like that. Now, I want to show you this. When I first read this, I thought, you know what? This can't be right. But look at this. It says Chinese hackers spent 5 years waiting in U.S. infrastructure, ready to attack, according to agencies. Said the report is one of the first public indications that Chinese hackers have had years of access to U.S. infrastructure. Now, the thing is, we have known this for quite a while. We knew that this was possible, okay? And I want to read you this. It says CISA, an FBI warrant of China-linked hackers pre-positioning for destructive cyber attacks against U.S. critical infrastructure. One of the things that we've known has been happening for years is different countries, China for example, or different groups have been trying to pretty much implement themselves into our systems. And so whenever they want to, they can pretty much flip the switch and it would shut us down. Well, think about it. If the United States decided to go to war against China, which it would be a massive war, it would cause a lot of destruction, but if they decide to do that, one of the things that China could do is, again, they've already pre-positioned themselves to shut down a lot of our infrastructure. So guess what they do? They shut it down. They shut down our water treatment facilities. They shut down internet access. They shut down electrical grids, right? Pretty much get us all offline. By doing that, it's going to cause a lot of panic and create havoc here in the U.S. That's exactly what the FBI is warning. This is going to happen. Okay? If the United States decides to go to war with China, China has so many people entering the U.S. now, and they have so many different groups that have already implemented themselves in our infrastructure. that it wouldn't take much to pretty much shut us down. Now, I want to read you a little bit of this. It says the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA, NSA and FBI published an advisory alongside the cybersecurity directorates in Australia, New Zealand, and the UK, outlining the tactics of Volt Typhoon. They're a Chinese-based hacking group that has caused alarm at the senior-most levels of governments over the last year. It goes on to say, in one example, Volt Typhoon, which overlaps with Bronze Silhouette and Tag 87, stole multiple zip files that included diagrams and documentation related to OT equipment, including supervisory control and data acquisitions systems, relays, and switchgear. It goes on to add, the data is crucial for understanding and potentially impacting critical infrastructure systems, indicating a focus on gathering intelligence that could be leveraged in actions targeting physical assets and systems. It goes on to say, several agencies have seen that Volt Typhoon hackers have been maintaining access and footholds within some victim IT environments for at least 5 years. That's the problem. The major problem is that the United States, we are pretty much a sitting duck. We are threatened on a daily basis, but yet we don't know this stuff. We're never told this. Okay, but right now, here's what we do know. Threats to the United States and America in our critical infrastructure. This is now a terrifying reality. And this is a situation that we have put ourselves in. Now, one thing I can tell you, moving forward, these possible attacks against the United States, these are not going to slow down. We are seeing more tension between the United States and China. We're seeing more tension between the US and Russia, more tension between the United States and Iran, and all these Iranian-backed groups like Hamas, the Houthis, and even Hezbollah. So as of right now, the expectation is to be ready for a potential attack. It will likely be a cyber attack first, and then, only then, if that doesn't work, then would another group decide to actually attack us here on US soil. The one thing I can tell you though, the amount of people coming into the United States illegally is so high. We do not know who's coming in, what country. Are they from Russia, Iran, from China, from Turkey, from Brazil? We have no clue. We don't know what their intention is. We do not know where they're going. All we know right now is the cities that are most at risk are the larger cities in democratic states. Los Angeles, Chicago, Denver, New York. These are just some. Okay, Seattle, Portland, again, all potentially targets. So, just wanted to fill you in on what's going on at this time. Just understand this is serious. What is currently happening right now, the expectation is this is not going to go away anytime soon, because as of right now, President Biden seems to be allowing this. But we'll see what happens moving forward. All I can tell you is I will be here every step of the way. I'll fill you in on all the latest news and updates. But that is what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing. I'll see you guys on the next one.